Top Truck Challenge 2015. Tank Trap, 30 minutes to complete this course. Let's see who can make it fastest across the finish line. Top Truck Challenge 2015, we're in the heart of the infamous Tank Trap. This is a 1/3 of a mile uphill mud bog full of snakes and poison oak and spiders and Sasquatch. They've got to be ready for everything.
All right, man, welcome to the big show, Top Truck Challenge 2015. Let's get this started right now. On your mark, get set, go!
Jeremy enters the Valley of the Shadow of Death, aka the Tank Trap.
My name's Jeremy Brown, and this is my 72 Blazer. Running 454, running propane, and running the 14-volt Dana 60 with Revolution 538 gears and Yukon axle shafts.
Jeremy Brown dropping right into hole number 2. Let's see how he does. He's already into the canyon section. He's moving quick. Now the drought has been kind to our competitors, at least. Not as much water in this course, so they fly through hole number 3. The drought here in Northern California is still going, but luckily some spring rains have helped us alleviate the moisture content in the water. So we've got water now in these water holes, helping them out. But it doesn't seem to be much of a challenge for Jeremy. I take that back. I said earlier that the water wasn't hindering him. It looks like water's gotten somewhere where it shouldn't be, and his motor's not cooperating. So this is a propane burner. They're trying to cool things down. You can get the expansion of gas just like your air conditioning works, freezing components and making things not function the way they were designed to. You need to have a gas, not a liquid, going into your engine. All right, I'm here with Robin Stover. He's the brains and power behind Top Truck Challenge. Now, tell us what's significant about this year and why this year is so exciting.
Well, it's kind of unlike a lot of the other years we've had. Basically, these guys are all really close together in one big pack. And according to how we judge things, this could go any direction. Tank Trap's worth double the points. So, you know, you got anyone's game here today. If one guy really excels and a lot of the other guys flop, you know, it could be a guy with a lower score. And if it's one of the higher up guys, he could get way ahead of the other guys. But they're all right close to each other. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it pans out.
So he's got the engine running, but he still has one more massive water hole to go and the uphill climb. It's not over for him yet.
Let's go, Jeremy!
This is the last disconnect. He's got to disconnect it and see if he can get this thing up the hill. And there you go! Now we'll join Christopher Bowman and his co-driver James Pickard as they tackle the Tank Trap.
Christopher Bowman, I'm from Mountain Home, Idaho, and I'm wheeling a 1988 GMC Jimmy. It's got a stock motor in it, built transmission, 231, 205 doubler, built by me, some 9-ton axle techs in it, link suspension in the front with some FOA coilovers, a double worn winch in the front with an Engo winch in the back. I think we have a pretty good shot. We got the smallest motor of the bunch, but hey, we drive pretty good, so I hope we're gonna find out.
Waterhole 2 ends with a large rock in front of him, and they're a heavy rig, so it looks like they decided instead of bashing against it, they're gonna winch out. Good call, especially with a heavy rig like that. With less than 4 minutes on the clock, they're on the move and heading into the canyons. This ought to be interesting. All right, this is a good strategy. His spotter is out and in front of him plotting the course to make it through the canyon. This means they will navigate slowly and carefully without breaking anything. And wait, look at that. Watch how Chris drives. He's doing the perfect driving here. Let's see, there, you can see it there. He feathers that tire into the canyon wall. Such a huge rig, climbing the wall and not doing any body damage. Those Mickey Thompson side biters just digging into the wall. He's coming up to this little ledge here. How does he navigate it? And look, he goes for the extreme left-hand side. Wow, that was cool. So he even avoided that ledge altogether by crawling the wall. Amazing work in a big rig like this. When we asked what he was looking forward to, Christopher answered, he said, I want to do all of them and hopefully complete all of them. That's all of the courses. Unfortunately, he fell short in the hill climb and the obstacle course. But so far in the tank trap, he's doing great. Time to winch. So Chris has got a really strong rig, but it is heavy, i.e. he's got a winch in some places where he could have crawled over if he was a little bit lighter. He's into the ravine, and this is where your big tires will help you cross that ravine. And he makes it out of hole 6 in hole 7 without winching. And under winch power, he attempts to crawl up the top of the hill. All right, Judge Jack, what's the time?
We're in just over 13 and a half minutes, getting ready to hit 14 minutes, and he's going to make it out of here really fast.
Right!
Now, as you were coming up, I noticed you're really in a low gear. What gear range are you using throughout the entire tank trap?
Everything was in double low range. First gear pretty much on the transmission. A couple of the climbs I shifted it up into second just to let her eat, and we just stayed there calm and cool, man.
All right, so second competitor in, second competitor out. It's getting down to speed, the time, who can get through this fastest. Because remember, this is a really close race.
Your mark. Get set. Go.
Kimberly Gray from Amity, Oregon, driving my 1975 GMC Purple Minion. Didn't really do much to the truck. We changed from a pinion brake to Willen brakes, painted it this beautiful rich plum so it goes faster. Added a voodoo rope to it, some nice new Mickey Thompson tires. I'm here to make history by becoming the first woman champion.
And bouncing over the logs, coming into hole number 1. The first time hole number 1 has had water in quite a few years. Ooh, and a little struggle right there getting into hole number 2. So Dan, what did you just see out of hole 2?
They tried to climb the hill, they had to back up a couple times, get a different line. We heard a popping noise, we thought you might have broken an axle, but it looks like everything's still working fine, just crawling up the canyon.
Cliff walls create a lot of friction. And i.e. friction, that'll stop you. There she goes. She's got her tires straight now. That's the line she needs. There she goes, she got that line. She's making slow progress up there. A little bit of squeal from the power steering belts as she's trying to crank the steering towards the cliff wall, which is what you want to do to get traction and alleviate that weight of the cab slamming against the rock face. No problem at all. She's got a straightaway to hole number 3. And hole 4 sticks another. It seems like hole 4 has given everybody a little bit of trouble. And there's Kim's first winch. First winch at hole 4, that's a good sign. very unique approach. Most people fall into that ravine, but those Mickey Thompsons with their lateral traction has helped her crawl the far right side of that berm. Very unique, you very rarely see that at Top Truck Challenge. Yeah.
Okay, right there's the exit. Aim for that.
She's driving through this thing. What time are we at, Jack?
15.5 minutes here, so she's still got plenty of time, and she's doing great. She has been so consistent in this event.
There she goes.
Hey, everybody, watch it.
Woo! Oh my goodness. That was a beautiful run. The first time I ever heard you stuff the pedal and get it up to around 7 grand RPM was at the bottom of this hill. Were you really that anxious to get to the top?
Hell yes. Hell yes. That was my whole goal. The whole time we came here was to finish the tank trap. I did it. Awesome.
Ryan Egan from Hollister, California. I'm driving the 1983 Chevy K10. Has a 2005 LQ9 6-liter with Tilden Motorsports Ultra 4 cam package. Turbo 400, 203, 205 off-road designs doubler. Dana 60 front, 14-bolt rear, linked front and rear. 43-inch tires. It's been done top to bottom. The only thing original on the truck is part of the bed and the grill. Everything else has been gone through, modified, and changed.
Now Ryan just bounced through those logs like they were nothing and entered into hole number 1. Now his rig is not extreme in any sort compared to some other Top Truck Challenge rig. It's not too big, it's not too small. It may be the secret sauce of our tank trap. Into hole number 2. Now let's see if hole number 2 not even holds him up. Holy diver, he just went right through that and into the canyon. Not even a hiccup. With a minute and a half, he's already halfway through the canyon section, and I can barely keep ahead of him. No problem, those 43-inch tires just crawled right over those logs and into the mud hole. Let's see if we can slow him down. Not even, they're both smiling and waving to the crowd. They're enjoying this.
Hole 3 to hole 4.
Okay, hole 4 has stuck pretty much everyone. There's that steep wall at the end of this hole, and they've got to get through that. The mud is deep, and sure enough, it stops them. And this is the first winch of their try. Over 3 minutes and they're crawling out of hole 4. So Ryan Egan has only winched once, and that was in hole 4. He's pushing close to the world record of Top Truck Challenge speed through the tank trap. So he's going for a really long pull. He's going for a pull all the way up to the midway point of the final hill. Will this gamble pay off for him? Holy diver! Nothing broke, you're on the top. Great time. This is gonna be a really close race. Now what was cool when watching this guy in action is the way he used hand signals on his winch. He's like a combat veteran air pilot. He's just so methodical, checking his gauges the whole way. It's awesome.
Get set, go!
Eric Cam from Red Deer, Alberta, and I'm driving a 1985 Chevy 3/4 ton. I bought it when I was 18, pretty much totally stock, and it's been through this boat pretty much the 5th rebuild. It has a Stroker 496 big block in it. It has Rockwell 2.5 ton axles with Overson axles and custom double bead locks that I built myself. We're running Voodoo synthetic winch cable. It's awesome stuff, it's good quality, and it matches the truck.
Now Eric Cam may not have a maple leaf flag on the hood of his car, but he does have the very Canadian little mini wheel roller on his roof. Let's see if that helps him in the canyon section. So far, flawless into hole 2. Cam has had problems with his motor all week long, but he finally got it dialed in. So he's angry, he's out for revenge, he's gonna rip up this course and show him what he's made of. Now typically in the canyon section you want to feather your tires slightly towards the canyon wall to alleviate some of the pressure of the cab crashing into the wall. But if you have the Dave Green patented little tiny roller wheel on the roof, you can turn your wheels up and let that little wheel do the rolling for you. Now Eric's had a lot of problems with the EFI in his motor, so he's had issues all week long. He finally just said, forget that. He went back to a carburetor. He's got a carburetor in there, and it's been running great for him so far. Again, another really great run, stumbled by a winching opportunity. They were just cranking through the first part of the course. Once again, record-setting times almost. And now hitting this wall in the bottom of hole 4, they had to winch, and that slowed them down quite a bit. This is going to be a time trial. Into hole 6 and into hole 7 without a problem. Now let's see if he can get up that hill. Remember, he said he doesn't want to winch anymore. Yeah, he's a funny guy, huh? Let's hope this winch works for him. The super winch has been giving him some problems, and now it's man tug-of-war up the hill. This is exhausting to watch. I can't imagine what it's like to be him pulling that cable up this hill.
Blake, we're getting them all done! Blake! Hey! That's it! No, we gone!
Exhaustion finally overtakes him. He can't take anymore. Dan was helping him down the hill, and now he's going to switch places with the driver, but the driver's holding the high idle on so that the motor doesn't stall. They have spent more time on this winch at the last hill than they did in the canyon. This is killing their time. Finally, after what seemed like forever, they're on the move. They're making it up the hill. He's driving over the cable. And man and machine cross the finish line. Excellent. And boom! There goes machine. The radiator explodes. Is this like wheeling at home?
Yeah, tank trap's pretty similar to what we do at home.
So you're used to this stuff?
Kind of.
Good job. You rock. That was awesome. Great hustle. The tank trap is demanding on both man and machine. And by the way, next year I'm going to start a health fitness program for the tank trap. It's called the Tank Trap Marathon. A ton of pulling power. You saw it. give way. And there it goes, the spotter's got to cross the line with him. One, and the spotter finishes. There you go. Woohoo!